Yeah, how's it going, JDM crew? John here from JDM EXPO with something a little bit different today. And I've been wondering when we would actually get one of these for a while now. We've had a couple of other Hondas, and this Honda in particular is a Type R, and it's a DC2. So we have had some of the Preludes and earlier Civics. We did have that EG6 not too long ago, and we've had a couple over the years. And finally we've gotten an Integra, so nice little DC2 Type R. Usually everyone's asking about Skylines. We've had inquiries in the past for different Hondas, but you know, the market has changed now. And well, I remember even in the States back in the day, it was a little bit difficult to find a lower mileage Honda. And honestly, I've never been into Hondas that much. I did have an Integra way back, like in the late 2000s, but it wasn't a Type R. And yeah, I did have some mods on there. It was fine. I had it for a little bit, you know, when I was stationed in the South. And then, of course, you know, had some other tuner cars. But I've always been more around Nissans and Toyotas. I have had an RX-7 back in the day, a good old FC. But yes, the Integra. Now, because I was on the East Coast for a while and also on the West Coast, definitely West Coast tuner styles were a bit different. A lot of Hondas. That's where like most of the memes from the 2000s came around. There was always the imports versus domestics, and Integra was one of those really good options for some people that could afford it at the time. And at the time, these were still pretty new. I mean, in the early and mid 2000s, the cars were less than 10 years old, still putting up a pretty good price due to resale value, especially for Hondas. And the mileage was highly desired, so having that economy. And that was back in the day when California used to have under $2 a gallon gas. So that was an interesting time because that has never come back. But yes, about this Integra. A lot of you guys in the States will know that from the tuner history. Pick your magazine of choice, you've seen plenty of these. That was before the drift tax happened and a lot of the Nissans and Toyotas went up in price. Hondas were kind of like the thing everyone went to because there were plenty of them, plenty of parts, both from Japan and in the US. But you know what? This is a Type R and it's mostly original, which is astounding to say the least. I have seen the price go up on these, so I'm pretty sure you guys will have plenty of options. Remember to contact our sales team, info@jdm-expo.com. They'll definitely be standing by, especially after you guys see the rest of this. So this Integra only has 140,000 miles. That's like, what, 70,000 miles or 80,000 miles, something like that. Relatively low. I mean, good luck finding an Integra or a Civic from the late 90s or mid 90s with under 100,000 miles in places like the States. Yeah, I haven't seen them even 15 years ago. And, well, yeah, this does have a couple of mods, such as ETC reader, so that you guys can have toll here in Japan. There is an intake. The exhaust, I believe, is close to OEM. I don't even think you guys can hear it that well on the microphone. Has a nice deeper tone. Personal tastes, I would probably put a Greddy on this, but if you guys want to keep it original, that's good. I am not sure if it's a genuine Mugen intake. It just has a Mugen decal on it, so you'd have to check with the sales team on that information. We do have a carbon fiber hood, and so if you've ever seen Integras in yellow or championship white, you guys know what I'm talking about. It looks pretty good, especially because we have the horizontal lights. We don't have the 4 eyes up front on this one, so definitely a personal favorite of mine. And what's really great though about the Integra, the steering, it's quite firm, easy to drive with power steering at low speeds, but once you're cruising up there, it definitely got that momentum on the wheel rotation, so you have a little bit more feel, a bit firmer whenever you're actually driving around, spirited driving, everything. It just has a really good feel to it. We do have this carbon trim on the vents. I am not sure which is OEM and what's not on this, to be honest, because everything seems to match really well. I do have a little plate down here by the e-brake which says Type R and has a serial number, so we got all that genuine stuff here. I really like the interior on this one. It's actually in really good condition, and the door panels does have like a really nice color tone to it. It's got more of like a dark navy color along with the Recaro seats. These are Recaros, right? Yep, they are Recaro. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that came with the Type R package is just really good. And I do believe these FAW carbon stuff is OEM because the dash also has it. All right, and what Type R wouldn't be complete without a little bit of this? VTEC kicks in around 6,000-ish horsepower, and I'm not quite sure when it disengages on the way down, but yes, VTEC does kick in really well. It puts out a little over 200 horsepower. B18, still a fan. Like I said, I'm not huge on Hondas, but definitely the Integra, EG6, and the S2000. Of course the NSX, except well, I'm talking about regular cars. Definitely have enjoyed these in the past. But yeah, the VTEC kicks in really well. And what's really good though is that the torque is a little bit lower. I know for some people that might not be bad, but that really makes it more manageable. With the, I believe we have Tane suspension. I'll double check on that. The coilovers definitely helps fighting the torque steer, so I didn't really get any of that while I was on the on-ramp. So I could definitely demonstrate that again if you guys like. Yeah, everything about this is really smooth though. And I know like once you start pushing up towards 300, you start getting a lot more torque steer, start getting some of that wheel hop. If we were back with that other Prelude, you guys know about wheel hop, and a little bit too much torque with those things where it just doesn't stay on the ground. With this one, really goes, and nice and smooth. So that's it for, well, this portion. Let's get to the warehouse and I'll show you guys a little bit more of the interior, which I'm just still pretty surprised by. And we'll look at the engine bay and the exterior, which definitely is quite pleasing. Well, okay, here we are on the interior, and actually instead of showing you the dash, I did want to show the door panels with the matching fabric on these Recaros. Really nice. Definitely a fan. And of course now we go to the dash. Oh wait, nope, checking the carpets, looking fresh, looking real fresh. This one even says Type R. Alright, now we're gonna go look at the dash, which is in pretty good shape. It looks like that they had a little bit of adhesive here for some gauges that are no longer there, so the previous owner did in fact modify some stuff. We do have a wide mirror here, so definitely a fan of the Broadways. I have one myself. And this is some of that carbon, the FAW carbon trim on the plastic. Same thing with the dash. As you can also see, 142,700 something kilometers there. And over here, yeah, you can see a little bit more of that FAW carbon. But yeah, Momo steering wheel, SRS system there. Supplemental restraint system, so we do have passenger and driver side airbags, and Caro's area audio deck there with that. And we do have a little Mugen sticker right there, and we do have that shift knob and genuine, there we go, focus, there we got it, nice serial number plate right there. Handbrake. Let me step out here. Pardon me. There we go. You can take a look at those Recaros there. Nice pair of Recaros, and a little bit of wear from entering and exiting, but hey, that's to be expected. And let me show you guys the back here. Very nice, all matching. So the interior is fantastic, by the way. We do have some LEDs added throughout the car, so they did update this a little bit. And no sag in the headliner. Just exquisite. And of course, before I dive into the engine bay, just going to show you guys the exterior here. There's supposed to be Type R right there, but it looks like they did remove it to kind of clean up the car by removing some of the insignias on there. But so that's kind of why the paint around is a little bit more faded than that. But overall, yeah, really good. We got tow hook in the front, boom, right there. Also, I believe in the back. And so here we are, Integra Type R. Definitely like these style of headlights more than the 4-eyes, but to each their own. I know some people like both. It has a little bit more power and a higher compression ratio than the US Type R. So, just trying to show you guys how flush that is. Really, really nice. Carbon fiber hood. This is actual carbon fiber, but we'll just do this little walk around here with the genuine white Honda wheels. And there we go. We do have a Type R badge here in the back. On the other side, so basically the side badges they took off. And oh, the exhaust is kind of, it is modified, but actually I'm not entirely sure because it doesn't sound super modified. Maybe just a slightly better muffler over the OEM one. As you can see, the green Tane suspension. Alright, I'm going to go under the hood here so you guys can see the beautiful B18. Let's go pop the hood there. You guys ready for this? Look at that carbon fiber first. Texture. That's what I'm talking about. Real carbon fiber. And there we go. It's got some of the shielding there. And here we are with this B18. And this does have the original HIDs on it. So it's nice to have. You get a little bit more visibility at nighttime. And I'm not sure if that's genuine Mugen. This is the type of intake that gets it down under the, behind the bumper there. So it actually channels from down here. So a little bit cooler air going into it. Yeah, they do have some performance wires on there. I don't think they changed the exhaust manifold. And one good thing to note though about the difference between like GSRs, LS, Type R, all that, you know, between all the different versions, the Type R does have a lightened flywheel and a couple of other goodies. This has an 11:1 compression ratio, which I believe the US one had like 10.5:1. So yeah, a little bit more oomph out of this one, a little bit more on the high end. A little bit less on the torque, but yeah, when you're driving one of these, you're probably not going to be complaining about that too much. It really, now from a launch, it's pretty decent, but it's definitely better once you get going. Yeah, your second, third, and fourth gears are pretty monstrous with these. First gear, and you might have a little trouble with the wheel hop and just trying to keep it down. Definitely torque steer, you don't want to mess with that too much. You guys stay safe there, not condoning anything. Definitely enjoy your drives. But this definitely B18. Good stuff. Well, there you have it, folks. another fine Honda to come through the JDM EXPO inventory. And as always, if you're interested in this or any other vehicles, make sure to contact our sales team, info@jdm-expo.com. And you can also direct message on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All goes to them, and they'll be able to get back to you in about 24 hours. And so definitely glad to have another Honda come through here. For you, those of you looking for Skylines and Supras, well, check out our other videos or contact our sales team, as I mentioned. They'll be able to help you out. And we do have quite a few interesting cars. I believe another Integra on the way. Yeah, this is gone by the time this is uploaded. Well, yeah, we got more on the way, guys. And actually, leave a comment if you guys are interested in how I would modify one of these. Definitely with ITBs and a lot of other goodies. Definitely leave a comment. I'll probably talk with management, and we'll try to get another one in inventory. We'll actually do some modifications. Definitely, if you guys are familiar with Kanjo in the Kansai area, a lot of really cool styles. Definitely would be able to make a really nice trackable but streetable Honda, you know, either that EG6 or Integra Type R. Just leave a comment. Well, as always, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this, and definitely we're getting later in the summer here, so hopefully we'll be cooling down a little bit, maybe heading up into the mountains during the fall, and maybe show some of these cars up in some beautiful territory there. So I look forward to that. I'll be trying to talk to the management about getting some pretty cool scenery. We'll do some photo ops, cars like this. Well, as always, guys, thanks for stopping by, and definitely enjoyed this one, and hopefully we'll have more in the future for you guys. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Take care.